What's up, everybody? Frozen Titan here, back again, playing some Wild Hearthstone. Today we're going to check out a deck that I've been on an absolute tear with recently. It's a Token Druid, focused entirely on spells. We don't play a minion in the entire deck. So let's go ahead and hop into the mulligan here. We're not offered kind of the greatest stuff. We really want to get our early curve, our ramp. So let's go ahead and full mulligan these away. We are up against the Warlock, which has kind of been one of my tougher matchups with the deck. With Warlock, you know, they have a lot of really good clears. They have Defiles, which are super punishing towards us. So let's see if we can figure out a way to navigate this matchup. So Living Roots on 1 is pretty good. You're able to summon the 2/1/1 saplings just to get your token process started. Really, your ideal mulligan looks something like a Living Roots, a Fungal Fortunes, Ferocious Howl, and probably an Overgrowth or Whispering Woods, depending on the matchup that you're in. So we got two of those pieces. We got the Roots as well as the Ferocious Howl. So he's playing the Flame Imp here, so it could be kind of an aggressive Warlock. It doesn't have I don't know what I was thinking there. For some reason, I was thinking he should be playing the quest, but most of those decks don't actually play the quest. Yeah, kind of threw myself off there for a moment. So we'll look to Ferocious Howl next. One of the things that this deck really needs is the card draw. So it needs the card draw in order to create very big boards with Whispering Woods, as well as the Glowfly Swarm. Man, I'm messing up all the card names today. So those need pretty big hands, you know, filled with spells or just hand size for Whispering Woods in order to summon all those minions on board. I haven't seen the addition of the Frozen Shadow Weaver really in the aggressive Warlock, but it does kind of make sense with how much we've been seeing that in the aggro Demon Hunter. So we'll go ahead and cast the Ferocious Owl here, and we'll send this face. We do have the Overgrowth next turn, so that is the ramp that we're playing in the deck. We do want ramp because we are playing kind of a mid-heavy deck in terms of spells. So we're playing a lot of things around that 4 and 5 mana mark. We do have also kind of an upper end, which we'd like to take advantage of in the Spreading Plague, Malfurion, Overflow, and a Forest's Aid. So really want to take advantage of those as much as possible, and to do that we need all that mana. Okay, he's starting to create a board, but I don't feel too threatened by it, so we're gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to cast the Overgrowth. You know, set us up for a nice Spreading Plague next turn if he decides to go very wide on the board. So we have, you know, a couple options to take advantage of here. Probably the one we will be looking for is a very big Spreading Plague board into, you know, something like our Savage Roars, our Branching Paths, our Mark of the Lotus, you know, anything that can get our minions buffed and attack them into the face. So I think here we're going to attack into the Knight of Evil, and we'll cast a Spreading Plague here. So we just kind of want to delay him as much as possible. You know, he'll get some Doom Guards back here, but we're not feeling too worried quite yet. We do have the Forest Aid next turn, so this is one of our kind of token spells. This is the most expensive one we play, and for the way we play this deck, kind of actually the lowest value. But if you're in a pinch, it's pretty nice. You get 2 of them for the cost of 1 with the Twin Spell mechanic, and you're guaranteed 5, so you don't have some of the low rolls you might have with the Whispering Woods or the Glowfly Swarm. Okay, so we ended up with one of our beetles left. So we have this Fungal Fortunes as well. This allows us to draw 3 cards. We totally negate kind of the downside of this being discard any minions drawn because we don't play any minions. So kind of a tough call here. Let's talk through it. So he has 14 as well as a Doom Guard. So yeah, he's pretty much guaranteed to take us out if we go for Aid here. We will cast Fungal Fortunes and see what comes back. Poison Seeds coming back here is really nice. I think we'll look for the opportunity to cast that. Let's just send this face. Let's cast that. Okay. So we live to kind of see another day here. You know, we hope he goes wide again next turn, get down our next Spreading Plague, start to take advantage of the branching paths and all of our other tools after that. Yep, so he's starting to go wide on the board. And he discards 2 cards from the Doomguard. Is pretty close to lethal here, so definitely need that Spreading Plague to come up this turn. We are 1 mana short of the Soul of the Forest combo. This is exactly why we play the Innervates, because we have, you know, those really kind of mid-range cost spells. It's just to get us the extra mana that we need in these very certain cases. So we'll go ahead and cast the Soul of the Forest. So that'll allow us to kind of refill our board, even if he is able to take out all of our beetles. So pretty good there. See kind of what he can chip through on this. He's already played a Fist of Draxus. Both of his Doomguards are gone. So not too much threatening from hand, as well as the Soulfire. You know, he'll need some really good draw in order to get through all of these beetles. So we do actually, I believe, have lethal from hand. We'll have 5 minions here. They'll all have 2 attack if he clears everything. So, okay, he does get down the Glacial Shard, which might stop our lethal, but we do have the branching paths as well to rely on. So, yeah, we should actually be able to take it through still. Okay, he did stop there, so we're going to have to count it out, actually. So we have 5 on board, plus 8, so 13. Yeah, we easily have it here. Nice counting with Frozen Titan here. And, okay, he just goes ahead and concedes. So one other point I wanted to bring up about Living Roots, which is probably fairly obvious, is you can use it to take down a taunt if there's one in your way. You can use it for kind of the last remaining points of your lethal damage. So a very versatile card for just that 1 mana slot. You know, it's able to give you everything you need, whether it's taunt clear, face damage, some extra tokens. Even if, you know, let's say you get 7 tokens on board for your Whispering Woods and they take out 2, 3 of them, you just easily reload with the Living Roots. So pretty nice card and one I've often undervalued. So really enjoying that card in the deck. All right, let's go through another mulligan here. We will hold on to the Living Roots. Soul of the Forest can be a tempting keep, but doesn't really provide you anything unless you have some way to generate the tokens on the board. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, kind of a meh hand here. I think one of the things I am starting to appreciate about the deck is its ability to actually still win late. So a lot of token decks I've played in the past, you know, they run out of steam after 2-3 board clears. They would lose very easily to a Warlock, to a Priest, after overextending, and you know, you'd kind of fall flat on your face somewhere in the mid game. This deck I've taken to fatigue, you know, 4, 5, 6 times. I've won a majority of those games, so this deck can also go late, which is really nice. It does have some tools to stall out with the 1 Overflow we play in the deck, the Malfurion, and of course the Spreading Plagues to stall out even further. So it has the nice ability to go long if you need it to. Has the ability to deal with the aggro decks by frankly just out aggroing them in some cases. So a really versatile deck and a fun one to play right now. I think the last kind of version I played of this was the one that played Living Mana fairly consistently. And that had a, you know, really big downside if for whatever reason the opponent got off like a Psychic Scream or Mass Dispel, Silence. And with kind of the prevalence of Zephyrs in the meta, it's pretty easy to get a Mass Dispel, even if you're not playing the Priest class. So he is playing a Murloc Paladin, so I'd like to take care of the synergies on board as quickly as possible. We're kind of just holding out until we get to the Overgrowth, unless we can draw a Ferocious Howl. Drawing into a Fungal Fortunes would also be very nice. You may notice I did get a new microphone. So before I was kind of using a headset mic. Now I'm on a HyperX Quadcast. So yeah, really been enjoying that mic. Let me know if the sound quality is good, everything's still up to snuff. Did a lot of testing with it. Sounds really nice in my opinion. You know, really cuts out a lot of the background noise I'm noticing as well. So yeah, I've been loving the new mic. Been talking with it a lot with some friends on Discord. So all right, he got down the hydrologist. Yeah, so this is probably where we start to feel fairly threatened. Playing up against an aggro deck, we don't have a ton of board presence. We do rip the one poison seeds we play, which helps us deal with these matchups that, you know, really are all about the synergy, to break up that synergy, whether it's pirates, murlocs, demons, you know, we can easily do that. So if he does go wide and get some buffs off, we do have that poison seeds. He does play the prismatic lens, well, you know, which strongly indicates he's going to have a wide board here soon. So we have the Spreading Plague, and we have enough mana for it now as well, so that feels very nice. I think we'll take this opportunity to cast our Overflow. Just want to fill up our hand as much as possible. Really want to, you know, get going here. We have the Malfurion, which will also give us some stall. We do need to cast the Innervate here. He might have some kind of taller minions, so we're going to opt to use the Grasping Roots portion here and just clear off that Hydrologist. Okay, Avenge. Yeah, kind of had an inkling. It might be something like that. So all in all, he gained 1 damage, got a bit of a taller minion. But we do have the Malfurion next turn. Okay, there's the Tip the Scales. Probably changes our game plan to look something a little bit more like the Spreading Plague. Don't have quite enough mana to do Poison Seeds as well as the Spreading Plague, which is a, you know, a really nice combo. All right, so we got to pretty much prioritize pinging off this Grimscale Oracle as well as the Tide Hunter. So we can only really do 1, so let's get off the Oracle. Just remove 1 damage from every minion on the board. So yeah, this doesn't look too pretty, at least right now. But yeah, kind of one of the ways you can see the deck potentially suffer sometimes is you know, we didn't get quite the early draws we needed to against an aggro deck. This is possible to happen, and probably has been, you know, most of those 7 losses that are up there. Is just simply some bad draws against aggro, as well as some bad draws against control, namely those Warlocks that have those Defiles that are very punishing to the deck, as well as the Dark Skies even. So, you know, just really strong removal cards that class has right now. Okay, so I think he'll be around maybe 1 minion left. 1 beetle. If I was able to do the quick maths correctly. Okay, leaving up 3 beetles. So do have the next Spreading Plague, which is pretty tempting. So if I clear off these 2 minions, I can kill off 2 scarabs. We can get the next plague off. I think we'll elect to do that. It is tempting just to go for the war leader here, though. Seeds, he would just end up killing us. We do give up the potential for Seeds Plague next turn. Let's consider the Malfurion play here. So we Malfurion, we can get rid of the War Leader. We will kill off 1 of our beetles. I think that's actually the right play. Let's go ahead and get that off. Okay, I gotta move a little quick here. All right. So pretty good board there. We did save our Plague, so we have the nice Poison Seeds Plague combo. We have the nice Soul of the Forest Plague combo. So things are starting to look up. We just gotta hope that he doesn't have anything crazy on this turn that really pushes us up against the ropes. Thinking about what that might be, you know, that could be a War Leader from hand. Both of his Tox Vents have come out, which is nice for us. We don't have to worry about poison coming out, getting through our taunts fairly quickly. Okay, see what this card is. Could have the weapon from hand, which would be okay. You know, aside from the Prismatic Lens, Tip the Scales, and some of the common Murlocs, I'm maybe really familiar with like 20 cards in the deck. You know, maybe 5 to 10 are escaping me right now. Looks like he's having a lot of trouble dealing with this turn, so that's probably a positive for us. Okay, he gets out the Tide Caller. Tear him, okay. Yep, tear him hurts a little bit. So let's think through this. So we could get most of his damage off through Seeds and the Spreading Plague. He has 14 on board right now. Just a Plague into Soul the Forest does not help us very much. Pretty much leads me to believe Seeds and then Plague is the right play here. So kind of what we're going for now is to stick as much as we can on the board, get a Soul of the Forest off, and then ultimately get our Savage Roar. At this point, I think we have to draw our Ferocious Howls, our Branching Paths pretty soon. You know, the Spellstones won't hurt us too much as well, being able to clear off his bigger minions on the board. So we'll probably need to make use of this Fungal Fortunes to draw 3 cards. You know, really fish for some of those answers that we talked about. Okay, he's not making his board too threatening right now. Kind of wondering what. Okay. He's going a very, very wide board again. So let's go fishing. Okay, we found the Howl. Go ahead and cast that. Alright, and then we found the Whispering Woods as well. I want to say we have to use our Glowfly here. So let's try and stick as much on the board as we can. You know, he'll be sending 6-9 damage face. Maybe he has some charge minions from hand. But if we can stick a majority of this board, we might be coming back here. So if we do, you know, that's a great example of kind of where I said that this deck can also go late. So hopefully we get to show that off as well. Video is getting a little long. Try to keep them somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes, but yeah, to be honest, I didn't think this game would go too long. Okay. So he needs to start dealing with my board, otherwise he's gonna have a bad time. Okay, he chooses to go wide again. Oh, that's kind of bad for us. If he has another one, we might be hurting. Okay, Megasaur. Okay, he gets the Divine Shield off. He's gonna send it all face, so... Okay, he's down himself. Alright, so we got 10 on board. So we'll have 20. We just have lethal here, right? If you're having a tough time counting lethal and you just have all the spells in your hand, just cast them all. That's, you know, some of my best advice for finding the lethal on the token deck. So we were ultimately able to show it off, how this deck can go late, or at least beyond mid-range in this case. I don't know that we quite went late. We had, what, 8 cards left in the deck. So I would consider that fairly late, even though we have a pretty good draw engine. So yeah, that's the token spell druid I've been playing recently. We'll include the deck description, or I'm sorry, the deck code in the description as always. Quite a few fumbles today. Maybe I'm you know, a little off base here with the new mic. So yeah, do give me feedback on the new mic. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you try this deck out on the ladder. Again, been on an absolute tear with it at a 72% win rate right now. So yeah, really enjoying the deck, and still enjoying making these videos, making this content. If there is a deck you'd like me to feature in a future video, do let me know with a comment down below. I'll see you again next time.